Good morning, good morning. Hopefully everybody's having a good morning, and today we have gold bearish today, and what we're waiting for is for price to retrace back up into this area here before we get a trade. Before that happens, let me go ahead and see what news we have today. So today we have no news. We have some CAD news, but overall no news. And let me go ahead and get my trading ready. Okay, sorry if you hear the echo, but give me 1 second. Give me Alright, so we would like a trade somewhere up here for our bearish trade, and if it breaks the low of the day, then obviously we won't be looking for any trades at all, but for now we would like it to retrace back up. Let me go ahead and okay, everything's fine, and so far we would still like price to come up in this 50% before we get a trade. So 820 was this candle here. Let's see what the 5-minute did. The 5-minute did not break the previous swing, which is okay. We would still like it to come up here first though, before we get a trade. We may or may not get that, so that's okay. Every time it gets a new low, I will move it. That way we can see where we want price to retrace to. Right now we're looking for price to retrace to that level. Okay. Let's see. The idea is that price will at some point return back up here before fully committing to the down move if it is a down move. Okay, so here we have price is trying to make its way up. Once we see price touch this, we're just gonna look for an engulfing. And let me go ahead and open up my magic keys and make sure everything is ready. Basically, win or lose, we're going to do the same thing. Technically, this could have been a trade, right? Because it is engulfing, but the problem here is we've stopped taking trades near the low, because what we see is price will go down a little bit, but then reverse higher, then go down. So if price could reverse in the 50%, we've decided that's where the optimal entry would be, because if price can get up here and then create an engulfing, it usually means that price will go down a little bit more. Okay. Alright. Looks like it created a new low, so I would like price to come down at least up to here. We're just gonna wait. We have tons of time, 40, 50 minutes. Alright. Creates a new low, so this is now the new area we want to see it go up to. The idea is at some point it's going to reverse here before it continues going lower, right? So we want to catch it once it gets here. Alright. Alright. Looks like price is finally reversing. Hopefully it can get above this high right here. We may see it create another high and try to go down, then it will come up here and then go down. We might see like a 3 drive up before it continues going lower. Okay. We slowly see it creeping up. We're just waiting. There's nothing we could really do here. We would like to see it go all the way above here, maybe even up here. Just depends. And what we're going to do is take whatever engulfing it gives us in this area is what we're going to take, okay? So we'll just say like any engulfing we get in this area is our trade setup. So for now we're just waiting. And also I just saw what you said. Yeah, it's been very bearish. It usually does, to be honest. It does make, but if I go on the daily chart right here, we see it's been bearish every single day, right? So maybe people are expecting today to be a reversal, but what might happen is it may continue going even further down, because on the weekly chart, what do we see here? We see it broke this week's low, and it still has room to continue going lower to fill this gap right here, right? This imbalance right here. See where it started, and now it will end down here. So we could see it continue going lower, or it may end around this area down here, but then next week it starts off going lower, fills this, and then goes higher, right? So next week may be a bullish week, but it may start off by filling the gap first. On a 4-hourly chart, we do see price does want to continue going lower. On the hourly, same thing. And finally, on the 15-minute, this area right here is an imbalance. So overall, it's looking very bearish today as well. Because for it to be bullish, think about it. For today to be bullish, it has to break this whole candle's structure down. There's no news either. It has to break this and reverse up, which it can do. It has to also continue going higher and break up on this day right here. And on the daily, it's already bullish on the daily, right? But if we're expecting it to be strong bullish, it has to break above this level here. So keep that in mind. I do think we may see another bearish move down before it continues going higher, if it is going to go higher. Okay. Let us take a look here. Okay, so this may just be a quick reversal based off it breaking this high, but it will probably continue going higher first. Alright. Let's see. Once it gets in this area, we just want any type of engulfing. sometimes it's gonna be slow on a Friday, but we just have to sit through it, you know, every day. It's not gonna be the same. You know, we had a really good week, but alright. We're still waiting for it to reach up here. We haven't seen that. It's not giving us anything right now. Alright, looks like we may get what we want soon. Hoping it reaches up here in the next, like, maybe 15 minutes. We'll give it 15 minutes. Alright, I'll give it like 10-15 more minutes. If we don't get a trade in like 10-15 minutes, I will probably call it a day here. Alright, let's see. I'll give it a few more minutes. Maybe, let's say by 9:15, so 10 minutes exactly. If it has not reached up here yet, we'll just end it off for the day. Alright, so um, we'll now extend the time and say 10 more minutes. We would like to see an engulfing candle. Alright, so here we're in the area where we would like to see a sell-off, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and on my MT4 I will open up magic keys and just get it ready for a trade setup, because now we're looking for an engulfing candle. Does not matter how it engulfs as long as it's an engulfing. Okay, let's see if this will engulf soon. We do have a trade setup maybe about to happen. Okay. We just need one. I would like to see it engulf before it breaks up here. If it does break up here, we don't really want it to close up here, above here. Okay? Or if it does close above here, we want it to reverse shortly after closing above here. Let's take a look at the 5 minutes. Okay. Everything is showing bullish sign. However, because we're on the 1 minute, anything can happen. We have about, I'll say we'll watch it for 6 more minutes. Alright, while we wait for the engulfing, let me go to GBP USD and let's see what it's done today. So if I go on the hourly, we can check that price. This was the swing low and this was the swing high. And if we go to the 1 minute, we'll see price broke it, right? Created this level right here, came back down. Actually, right here, it broke it right here. This was the last low. Created, let me see, the low here was 11, so it was a double. I don't think I would have taken this one here, but it would have reached 3R, right? Because I think if you take the trade right there and you put, well, you would have had to use 15 pips, right? I don't think you would have got it there. So if you took halfway, the stop is 15 pips. You almost got stopped out, right? Take profit is 30. 30 pips would have not been hit yet, so it's on its way to take profit, right? As far as the normal trade goes, let me see what we would have done. So a normal trade as well would have been price closes below it, right? And then it breaks the high, keeps going up, comes back down here, but there was no imbalance, right? Because this imbalance was already tested. So if you count another imbalance, it would be right here. This one would be valid, right? I don't think it reached up here, so let's see this imbalance here. So this is, okay, so this was not a low. This is a low, this was the highest point. It did not have an imbalance. And if you mark this as the last high, it had an imbalance right here that wasn't tested. So if you go long 50% of this and use 15 pip stop loss and 30 pip take profit, it's almost reaching it. So you could have taken either this one or this one here. You could also take this one if it comes down here, but obviously it didn't. So you have to either take this one here or this one here. This one here was tested before it broke the last high, right? Or not this last high, but it didn't break this and it got retested. This one here also got retested. But that would have been a nice trade. Let's take a look at gold. We still want a bearish engulfing for gold. While we wait, let me see here what we have. So, yeah, we pretty much had a nice setup there. Let's see. Today may be pretty bullish actually, but we will see. I will maybe we'll go 9 more minutes just because we're close to taking a trade, guys. I will extend it for 9 more minutes. Okay. I don't think this is a good engulfing, honestly. Yeah, so this one doesn't count as an engulfing because this was a dodgy. We're still waiting for an actual... I'll give it 5 more minutes. I think this is one of the longest streams we've had of no trading because we've just been waiting for a bearish engulfing candle. Let's see. 4 more minutes. We need a bearish engulfing, and we will take this trade. If not, then we'll end the stream. I'm still confident we could still get a trade, guys. It's not really a for sure thing that this will continue going higher, right? We could get an engulfing anytime. Okay, let's see. Okay, here's maybe we get a setup here. We have about 10 seconds left. No. Alright, there's no setup. Okay. Alright. 2 more minutes. So what we would like to see here is we would like to see the next candle be a bullish candle, and then we get an engulfing candle, and that's where we'll take it. We'll use stop loss the previous high. So this one here should be a bullish candle, and then the next one should be bearish. Okay, so this one is bullish. If the next one is bearish, we're gonna take it. We'll put stop loss above here, and we'll wait it out. Okay, so here's the bearish, right? If this stays engulfing, stop loss is above here, so I'm gonna get this ready just in case. And let's see if this could end engulfing. If it ends with a big wick, we're not taking this. Okay, never mind. We'll probably give it 1 more minute because it looks like it wants to continue. If the high gets broken though, we won't take it. Like, we won't get into a trade. We'll give it 1 more minute. New York Stock Exchange just opened, so if anything was going to happen, it should be now. If this engulfs here, we'll take the trade. It looks like it wants to. If this, however, breaks the high, we'll just end off today. So we may get a trade right here. Okay, this is probably what we were looking for. We have 30 seconds. It cannot have a big wick. Let's see. we're about to start it here. Probably not. Give it a second. We want to see it come up a little bit. Yeah, I don't like this. You had just a few seconds to get in. Unless it comes back up, then we will take it. Okay, so here it's trying to come back up. I would like it to come back up green, and then I'll enter it. Alright, oh, I think I had a chance to enter right then. But I'm patient, I'm just waiting. We do have an imbalance. Price can retest. Okay? Okay, I'm in now. I'm in the trade. We may take, because this is such a big trade here, right? Because this is such a big trade, what I'm going to do is, we got in like around here, right? The stop loss is up here. It should have been on this candle here, right? But because the stop loss is up here, we may take it a little bit lower. We may take it, not a little bit lower, but we may take like a 1.5 R on this trade. Okay? So something like this. And let me just go ahead and delete these other stuff now. Okay, so this is what we're looking for. Okay, we want 1.5 R. Once it reaches like, let's say 0.8 R, we will move stop loss to break even. Or we could even exit at 1 R, but because the stop loss was too big, right? If we count 2 R for this trade, it would be a little bit close to where we want it to be, so okay. Price wants to come back up. It's really playing with us here. It may retest here. Okay guys, maybe I move stop loss to break even. If this previous low gets hit, okay, it got hit, I'm gonna move stop loss to break even. Okay, stop loss is at break even, and now the only thing left to do is if price gets down here, okay, if price gets around here, we're probably going to be looking to exit if we see it bouncing off this area, okay? That's all we're doing. Refresh my screen, it's stuck? Why is my screen stuck? It doesn't show my screen is stuck. Is it fine? Okay guys, maybe we exit here. Let's see what happens. It could come up and hit break even here, so we're not gonna exit, but we're already secured at break even. I think we're fine here. Okay, sorry about that, Max. We may not exit here at break even, right? I mean, we may not exit here, but we may get break even because we are we might see a reversal here. Yeah, so we may get out at break even if it continues going higher. overall, I do believe price has now hit this, right? So it could continue going up. We don't know that for sure. Let me see what the profits look like. It's at a 1R right now. I will probably exit this. I will exit soon. If it doesn't break the low, this candle, I would just exit. I think my screen gets stuck when I switch to my MT4, that's why. Okay, I'm just gonna exit here. Let's see if we could get it to go a little lower. No, I won't exit yet. I'm waiting for this candle to end, because it may very well continue going lower. Because it looks like it wants to go lower. Okay, so now it broke the low. Okay, so I'm exiting here. Okay, I'm out of the trade, and if we look on the 1-minute chart, this is where I exited. You can exit the same, because we could see price break and retest, right? It could continue going lower, obviously, but this was just a 1.5R because we are into almost 938, almost 940. It may very well go to 2R, right? 2R is down here. But because it's Friday, we really don't need a big win today. We just need to secure profits. And here's the trade that did that for us. So it was around a 1.5R if I put stop loss right. I can't really get it to 1.8 stop loss, but yeah, I'm out of gold trade. Hopefully you guys also exited the trade. Don't get me wrong, it may continue dropping, but yes, that's the trade for the day. Alright guys, I'll see you guys Monday, and thank you for staying and watching the stream. I know it was a very, very long stream, longer than usual, and it was profitable at least. So I will see you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend, and if you have any questions, just message me on Telegram.